Hold up, let me just start by saying this. I'm not here to tap your conscience. I'm here to body it with cold facts. Why you building walls when the truth knocking at the front door like a repo man? Anyway, what's poppin' y'all? Welcome back to the channel. You already know what it is. This is the This Ain't That podcast. And today we're dropping a whole problem. Straight fire. So look, today's video is laser focused on Tiffany Henyard. But before we unpack the madness, let me set the scene real quick. Sis got a book out right now, and not just any book. She charging a full-on $100 for it. Yup, a whole crisp Benjamin. And judging by how light it looks, it probably got 3 pages and a table of contents that's thicker than the content. But the real kicker, it ain't about storytelling. It's about survival. She knows what's coming. She's trying to load up that commissary early. She lost every major paycheck she had. That big baller salary. Gone. She used to be pulling down $300,000 a year. Now she down to nothing. Zilch. That book ain't a literary release. It's a fundraising campaign. Truth be told, that book isn't going gold, silver, or even aluminum foil. That thing going double plastic. And still, she out here claiming it's sold out. Girl, if you don't stop, ain't nobody buying that. If anyone bought it, it was probably her 3 copies deep, just for the fake flex. I mean, technically speaking, sure, if you only printed 3 books and you bought all 3, that is a sellout. On paper, so I guess she's not exactly lying, but she definitely playing games with the definition. We see you though. We know exactly what kind of stunt this is. Anyway, let's really get into it. Oh, but before we dive in, quick shout out to the squad. Go support the crew. We're talking custom drip from real ones doing real things. This ain't just fashion, it's movement, it's message, it's South Central creativity. Go cop something. Show love to the city. Now, back to our regularly scheduled chaos. In today's breakdown, we're talking Tiffany's court situation, because it ain't just one case. No ma'am, it's a whole legal buffet. In just the next 48 hours alone, she's facing somewhere between 5 and 10 lawsuits. No joke. It's hard to tell the exact count, since some of the plaintiffs got repeated names. But we're confirming at least 5 solid lawsuits locked in. Let's start from the bottom and build up. Case 1. The Dalton Professional Firefighters Association. Now if you've been paying attention, this one might ring a bell. Last year, a whole lineup of firefighters pulled up at a village board meeting and aired it all out. They stood 10 toes down and said straight up their checks were getting docked. And the money wasn't showing up where it was supposed to go. And this wasn't lunch money we're talking about. This was insurance funds, retirement deductions, stuff that was supposed to protect their families and futures. But that money, it vanished. It was being taken out, but never deposited. So naturally, they started asking questions. They filed paperwork. They looked for answers, and every single time, crickets. She dipped, dodged, and deflected. No receipts. No responsibility. No responsibility. No response. So what did they do? They came with the smoke, filed an official lawsuit, and made it known. And that's just lawsuit number 1. We're about to go deeper into the rest, so don't move. The tea only gets hotter from here. Let's get into this. Adam Farrick, firefighter for over a decade, and union rep for local 3760. Just stepped forward with a whole laundry list of concerns. And yeah, it's mostly about the same thing. That money, where it's going, and more importantly, where it's not going. These are official union grievances filed against the village. But here's what's crazy. Adam says most of the 21 firefighters in Dalton are scared to speak up. That's real. Fear of retaliation is in the air. He said it himself. We all thinking, what's going to happen if we don't fall in line? That's what fear culture looks like. Now here's where it gets downright shady. Adam says retirement money is being yanked from their paychecks, but it's not landing where it's supposed to. Let's break it down. He picks how much to contribute. It gets taken out automatically, supposed to go straight to Nationwide. But guess what? Those deposits. Missing. Gone. Not a trace. And that's just the beginning. Health insurance. Same thing. It's supposed to be covered by the village. That's part of the agreement. But according to Doc's NBC5 pulled, the premiums ain't even being paid. Now members are showing up to the doctor and getting hit with coverage denied. These firefighters are out here risking their lives and getting ghosted on basic care. Ain't no excuse for that. And yes, once again, Tiffany's name is front and center. Surprise, surprise. Mismanaging funds like it's a hobby. Honestly, are we even shocked anymore? This is her entire playbook. Step into power, run through the money, and bounce. Trustees tried to call it out, but she steamrolled every single one. Signing checks in other people's names, spending like there's no tomorrow. She ran up $50,000 in one day on Amazon. Girl, what were you buying? Platinum lace fronts. 'Cause ain't no wig worth that much. Be serious. Alright, moving right along. Lawsuit number 2. This one comes from David Duvall. He was also part of the fire department and actually used to lead the union. Until Tiffany kicked him out, took his position like it was a game of musical chairs. Now he's firing back with a full-blown lawsuit. Everything she did, out of pocket, completely unacceptable. Now she's got to answer for it. I'm throwing the legal docs up on the screen right now. I'm not reading it word for word. We're not about to sit through a courtroom drama, but you can pause and read through it yourself. Just know, this is lawsuit number 2, and it's scheduled for July 1st. Same day as the firefighter lawsuit. That's 2 cases. 1 day, stress level, maxed out. Now, here comes lawsuit number 3, and yep, you guessed it, also on July 1st. This one's from Edgar County Watchdogs. So yeah, that makes 3 different court cases, all landing on the same exact day. Tiffany about to be sprinting from courtroom to courtroom like it's a triathlon, and if they all hit the same hour, it's a wrap. If I was the judge and she didn't show up on time, that's an automatic contempt charge. Jail, no question. And check this out. Just after 2 p.m. Friday, Tiffany Henyard, the ex-mayor, the former township supervisor, walked into court. Cameras were outside, reporters waiting. Tiffany, do you have a comment about being ordered to court today? And in true Tiffany fashion, no comment. The silence is loud. That hearing was about the Edgar County Watchdogs case. They hit her with legal action after her office kept dodging FOIA requests. That's the Freedom of Information Act. All they asked for were spending records and public docs from back in January. She ghosted every request, played hide and seek with transparency. They finally said, bet, and dragged her to court. Now, on to lawsuit number 4. This one right here. Look, I ain't even going to pretend I know how to pronounce this man's last name. It starts with DVREs, we just gonna call him Jeff. First name, Jeff, but what we do know, he's suing her too. I don't have the full play-by-play yet, but it's another name on the growing list. That's for confirmed lawsuits. And word is, more could still drop. Now, this next one. Let's keep it simple. I'm not about to sit here and read you a whole novel. These legal files are deep to 10 pages easy. Nah, we not doing all that. But I am throwing the docs on the screen. So if you're really about that detail life, pause it, zoom in, do your homework. It's all there, unfiltered. Let's slide into this last case. This one's from Tag Group Investments. From what I understand, it's a woman who owns a bar/banquet space. Now here's where the drama hits peak level. Tiffany, who is also moonlighting as the liquor commissioner, we'll get into that in a second, straight up blocked their liquor license. Purposely, this business owner followed the rules, filed the paperwork, did everything by the book, and still got curved. Let's talk facts. A judge told Tiffany last year, around November or December, to hand over those liquor licenses. It was a court order, plain and simple. And what did she do? Ignored it, sat on it like it was her personal property. So now, the business owner had no choice but to sue. That brings us to lawsuit number 5. Yeah, 5 separate cases, and, countin', here's what went down in court. This was the 3rd time this same case showed up in front of a Cook County judge in 2024. 3rd time. The owners finally walked away with 2 out of the 3 licenses they applied for. But that ain't even the biggest headline. The judge hit Tiffany with a serious charge for her entire performance in court. And trust me, she earned it. For the bar owner, this was bittersweet, a win, sure, but overdue. Her name's Tiffany Henyard, and she runs St. Patrick's, a banquet and restaurant spot over on Lincoln Avenue in Dolton. She followed every rule. But the other Tiffany, the one who's mayor and liquor commissioner, just refused to process her paperwork. Judge gave her a deadline, signed by Thursday at 5 p.m. Did she listen? Of course not. Friday came. Court was in session, and that's when she finally signed, only because the judge threatened to throw her in jail. She barely escaped, but not before being hit with indirect criminal contempt. What? Because when the judge asked, are you going to sign or not? She played games, talked in circles, couldn't give a yes or no. So the judge said, that's it, that's disrespectful. Boom. Contempt charge. Straight like that. Let's pause and get real for a second. This is exactly why power needs regulation. When one person holds all the keys, things fall apart. Tiffany shouldn't be both mayor and liquor commissioner. That's like being the landlord and the rent inspector. You're controlling both ends. It's unchecked power, and unchecked power always turns toxic. Always. Because think about it, if she doesn't like you, she can shut your business down. No questions asked. No accountability, no oversight, just ego. That's not leadership, that's dictatorship. That's what happens when there's no separation of authority. She's playing every position on the field, with no ref in sight. That's not public service, that's personal empire building. And let's keep it honest, this ain't a news story. This is classic Illinois corruption. Chicago, Cook County. We've been hearing about shady politics here since Al Capone. And every decade brings a new face to the same old mess. Illinois got political drama, like New York got pizza baked in. Part of the legacy. It's like this. Texas got Cowboys, LA got Lakers. And when you hear Illinois, you think scandals. It's the rep. It's in the bloodstream. And Tiffany, She just took the torch and ran with it. But being mayor and liquor boss, come on, that should have been checked from the jump. You don't let one person rule the whole game board. You don't give one player all the pieces. But real talk, Tiffany, you've been off code. This didn't just start this year, this been brewing. You stayed doing dirt, thinking nobody was watching. But now, all them bad choices. They showing up at the door, and they not knocking soft, they banging like repo men with no patience. Brace yourself. It's coming. Matter of fact, now's the time to get real familiar with concrete floors and steel toilets. Go ahead and peel that wig off. Get used to sleeping light. Do some stretches. Start those burpees. Get your stamina up, 'cause where you're going ain't no glam, ain't no spotlight. You gone need grit. You gone need strength. And I don't think you got it in you. See, it's easy to bark orders when you holding the mic. But what happens when there's no title, no office, no security? What happens when you gotta earn your respect without a throne? That's where real ones get tested. And Tiffany, you're not built for that. Never were. I'll talk. No wait, but hey, that's the last I'll say on it. You did this to yourself. You lied to your people, used your power to push your own agenda. And now, the people. Oh yeah, they ready? And they watching every second of your fall. No sympathy. Just karma in motion. So yo, before you bounce, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this with somebody who's been watching this saga unfold. Drop a comment. Let me know how y'all feeling. I'm always in the mix. I see you. I respond. Real ones only. And quick shout out. Support the fam. We not just talking over here. We grinding. We building. This ain't a hobby. This is survival. I ride with those who ride for me. Loyalty only. Life support, energy. That's what keeps this whole thing breathing. You feel me?